We're going to go ahead and do part 3 of our charity project. So I'm going to go into PBA, project-based assessment, and I'm going to go to our PBA 2.3. We're going to see that we have a rubric, the description of organization, presentation quality, completion of task, and then overall persuasiveness of the presentation. So these are the 4 pieces or critiques that we're going to be using, qualifiers for when we actually make our project. So with this presentation outline, I'm going to work with my podmates to complete the presentation outline first. Before I even think about what type of format I'm going to go into, I want to make sure I complete this layout, because this layout is going to help me figure out what information I need, because depending on the information, it's going to serve itself better. Maybe I want to create a Prezi, maybe you want to create a Google Slides, maybe you have a Google site that you want to create, whatever, sky's the limit. Maybe you're going to draw a comic or a cartoon, and that is going to be what you're going to end up doing. So I want to make sure that I have an outline first before I go there. So organization, again, what's the name? Name that we talked about. All right, and then the next question, what is the main factor that led to our decision in choosing this organization, includes the how and why. So think about, this is my outline, this is my main reason, yeah? So what was it? Don't just put this organization was amazing. Strike that out. Don't do it. It's not... I'm like, how do I even strike it out? Just don't even do it. Just delete it. Don't just say that this organization's amazing. If you're going to say it's amazing, but why is it amazing? So this organization touches the lives of thousands of animals every year, every day. What was it? How do they do this? And then just why, right? So why is that so important to you? It is very important that the organization we give our money to gives back to not just animals, but the community or the world, right? So really think about, like, why is that so important to you? Where, if it's important that your money goes somewhere, so why? Yeah, and so why is that part important? And think about where your money is going. The platform that you decided to create your presentation on, honestly, come back to that, because I want to still have all of the information first. So the next question, because I'm going to skip this one, I'm going to get everything done in my outline. So explanation of why you believe that platform will be the best. Again, I'm going to come back to that. Organization logo, if I have a logo, I'm going to go find it. So if I'm doing World Wildlife Federation, I'm going to type in World Wildlife. Let me do it right here. So I'm going to do World Wildlife Federation, and I'm going to type in logo right there. So that way I just get the logo. I'm going to go to images, and then I'm going to click on that. I'm going to copy and paste it. I can do just copy image address, bring that over to my assignment. I can go to insert then. I'm going to insert an image, and I'm going to insert it by the URL. I paste the URL in there, make sure that it can use it, and then I insert. Boom. If I want to, I can resize that so it's smaller, but now I have the logo. All right, so now I'm then going to talk about the mission of the organization. Again, if I did the World Wildlife Federation, I'm going to go back to the actual website of the World Wildlife Federation, and then I'm going to look for its mission statement. You should already have this mission statement in the first piece of what you had completed, right? So this should already be in one of your research packets. So our work, boom, I'm going to go right there and see what their work is. Adopt an animal, boom, boom, boom. What? I'm like, I know I found this right away. All right, so I'm going to do World WWF mission statement. Okay, so World Wildlife, there we go. There we are. World Wildlife's mission and vision. All right, so here's our mission statement. Mission statement is World Wildlife fund is to conserve nature and reduce the most pressing threats to diversity. Okay, so again, should have had that. Boom. I'm going to put that in here. Also add the rest of it. So this is, we seek to save the planet. All right, so this is all of their mission statement. Okay, so that whole thing, well, actually, this is the mission, and then this is the vision. The we seek is the vision. So think about seeking, I'm seeing, this is what I want. My end goal is the vision. So your mission is that top part. Our vision is to build a future in which people live in harmony. Okay, so the mission, World Wildlife Fund, is to conserve nature and reduce the most pressing threats to the diversity of life on Earth. So that's our mission statement. If you want to keep the vision statement in there, do it. All right, so now describe how this organization helps, right? So go into as much detail as possible. That way, again, you want to convince everybody in the class now that this is the organization that they should be providing for. What educational outreach or resources are available? Again, detail. There's certain organizations, look on their websites to see if they have posters, maybe they have educational materials, handouts, anything like that. So definitely look on the websites for those things. 3 main reasons. So what are those things that you really think are going to tie somebody to your cause? Maybe it's not just enough that they help animals. Okay, so they help animals. Whoop-de-doo. But maybe it's that they help animals that are endangered. Okay, maybe it's that they only help, animals that are endangered and the local native communities in the region. Okay. All right, so just kind of really go deep in there and be persuasive about it. Are there levels of sponsorship gifts associated with donating to this organization or other incentives if so described? Again, we should have some of this information already, but now go back into that website and think about what's the coolest thing. You can get a giant, don't just caps it, you can get a giant stuffed panda. All right, or maybe some places you can get your name on the radio, or on a shirt or something cool like that. Image of the organization and actions, or the animals that the organization helps. So again, I'm going to go back to that website. I can try to claim this one, or I can look at, there's their work. I'm going to go to Oceans. They're probably going to have some different pictures of people. There we go. All right, so here's some of the things that we can pull that. But again, if I'm going to pull this image, I'm going to make sure that I also take the source website too with it. All right, so then the sources that I've used in collecting my information. Make sure that you're going through and you're pulling those sources. So if I went and I use this image, then I'm going to click on my URL and I'm going to copy it from here and then add that into my source. If I just do a Google search for World Wildlife Federation logo, this is not my source. So I actually have to click on the one that I went to, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to visit that page, and now I'm going to pull up the logo, and this is where I'm actually getting that image from. So then I would copy that link, and then I'm going to paste that link, because that again is where I'm getting the logo. So I went above to the URL, copied it, because this is again where I made and where I got that logo. Oh, this is kind of cool. I can see all the different logos that it's had over the past few years. Not much difference between those two. Oh, they changed the font, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, so again, with your websites, make sure you're doing the whole website. I didn't just go to worldwildlife.org. I went to worldwildlife.org/initiative/oceans to find that one picture that was used. So now I have all the different information that I want, that I feel is persuasive. Now I'm going to come back up and complete the platform that I've decided to create my presentation on, and then explain it, why I'm going to do that. So now go ahead and have a conversation with your pod once you get all the information together, and now decide what is going to be the best platform for you to be using. Maybe, again, you can do article, you can, if you want to make an article, like a newspaper article. That'd be kind of interesting. You can make a PowerPoint, you can make a Google slide, you can make a Prezi, you can make a YouTube video, you can make a skit, whatever you want to do. Whatever platform is going to get your message across, that's then what you're going to go ahead and start making. And so once you complete this, then you're going to move on to part 4.